Boy, am I glad to be back with you once again. I am, oh.
Are you recording?
I'm a mess, is what I am in this one. I had also developed some sort of strange allergy asthma thing. Comment down below if you discovered like adult onset asthma and seasonal allergies. It's interesting. So I'm here this week after having rocked my wash and blow thing. I have issues with that title, but that's the reality of what it is. It's like a wash and go, only I use one product and I blow dry it right out of the shower. So I'm excited to show you here how, again, I use minimal tools, minimal products, minimal time to achieve really stellar results. This is natural hair, tightly coiled, tightly wavy hair, as you can see. And I'm just really proud of what this concept of frequent co-washing, what it will do and how it will change your life. So come on, rock with me for the next 15-20 minutes. And we'll just chop it up a little bit and talk about what it's like to live this way. You can always comment down below and ask questions. But instead of doing, step-by-step tutorials, I like to kind of sit here and watch with you and kind of respond in the moment to what I think you might be seeing and the questions that you might be having. That makes sense? So what you see right now is me doing a lot of smoothing. I do a lot of smoothing. The hands are my very, very favorite tool to use. They're my first line of defense and first line of sense in terms of feeling around for moisture level, tangles, smoothness. It's an indicator for me. I'm talking to my homegirl Katie. If you watched last time, you know that she is of the Caucasian delegation, and we often have different conversations about why I'm doing things the way that I am in terms of how I'm using my hands. And so I love shooting these videos with her because I get a peek into the mind of someone who may not be used to approaching hair in this way. And that doesn't just go for people of the Caucasian delegation. It really is for anyone who looks at non-straight hair and thinks, I need a brush or a comb or some sort of detangling salve even to even approach this hair and feel confident. I don't use detangling products that often. I don't use detangling potions or detangling tools that often. Detangling tools like combs and brushes, really hard to navigate my tightly coiled hair with those. And then detangling products, I just think it's easier to just go in with conditioner, honestly. It's going to nourish your hair and give it what it needs. And a great conditioner for your hair type is also going to give it the slip that it needs to detangle well. So I say skip the middleman. Get yourself a good bottle of conditioner. Get up under that water and wet your hair. So I'm cleansing here, and it's really important to understand that with tightly coiled hair, tightly wavy hair, you need a cleanser that doesn't suds or bubble, because things that bubble and suds, they are going to strip your hair of the moisture and the slip that you need to begin the detangling process early within your styling cycle. And so a styling cycle begins from the moment you start to cleanse. It doesn't end when you finish styling. It ends when you decide to move on from that style and go to cleanse again or co-wash again to begin a new styling cycle. And so this styling cycle began with the wash and blow. That I'm not going to trademark that name. It sounds really crazy, but that is what it is. So you can see me obviously targeting the massaging. It looks like I'm being rough, but I'm not. I'm targeting the massaging at the roots, but then also have this benefit of being able to smooth and finger detangle during the cleansing process. And so the hair is, it's going to accept product a lot more willingly because I've begun this process sooner. And like shapes of curls, like shapes of strands, are finding each other a lot sooner in the process too. And so this concept of curl definition that we all know and love when it comes to a wash and go, when it comes to rocking your natural curly texture, that's beginning right now. I'm starting to rinse out the cleanser in this moment. And again, I'm just so excited to share this with you. I have not picked up a brush, a detangling brush, or a comb, okay? Have not. We don't need it. Now, what I love about this is that you're able to see the clumps are already there. I've begun to add some conditioner in this moment. And at the same time as I'm adding conditioner, I'm adding water, and I'm continuing to smooth and finger detangle. The styling process has effectively begun. All right. You're going to see my hair begin to accept water and conditioner. It's going to hang because I am focusing on lengthening, smoothing, finger detangling, and weighing the hair down with conditioner and water. All right. What I have to say about this part of the process that was interesting was that the temperature in the room you're in, bathroom. I don't recommend doing stuff like this under the kitchen sink. I know a lot of people do it, but let me talk to you about why, especially if you're aiming for curl definition in a wash and go. Number one, you want the downward pressure of the water standing up in the shower to work with gravity to elongate your curls so that they hang heavy and lengthen. When you are doing this process upside down, you're kind of, you're working against your ability to style, detangle, and smooth the hair in the same direction that you want it to hang. Did you just see me trip? In the same direction that you want it to hang when you're upright and going about your life. Whole process, the whole concept is about not just working smarter, but allowing every element of physics and chemistry and biology to work with you in the styling process, right? Physics, heavy products that weigh the hair down, water, saturating the hair, making it heavier so that the volume of water and conditioner causes the nature of the hair that springs and bends, causing it to elongate and accept, the force of gravity. We know that curly hair defies gravity. We know that, right? And so we have to exert an external force on it other than a detangling brush or a comb, right? In order to really take advantage of its elongated state. Chemistry. What products work well together depending on your hair type to accept water, accept nutrients from the products so that you achieve the moisture balance that allows you to achieve your desired styling outcome, right? This is like, and then biology, the reality is you were given a hair texture, a curl type, a pattern that is uniquely yours. It is up to you to understand what that looks like and how it behaves with the environment around you. Some of us have more naturally gravity-defying curl types and curl patterns than others, right? And so it's about really understanding the biology of how yours was created, finding a process and products that work well with it that allow you to achieve your desired styling outcome. But let me tell you what is non-negotiable. Water and conditioner. These are non-negotiables, no matter what your curly hair type, because curly hair is naturally drier by nature. It is naturally drier, and its character is to soak up moisture from whatever water source it can. And if the only water source is the environment around you, the air around you, you are going to experience frizz and volume. If that is your desired styling outcome, great. But if it's not, well, you know that you need to find another source to provide the moisture and water that your hair needs, so that it's less likely to go and seek moisture from the environment or shrink by seeking moisture at the root. I know I slipped that in there. So when it doesn't find moisture in the humidity around you, in the atmosphere, it's going to look for moisture at the roots. And so that's what we perceive as shrinkage. We perceive shrinkage as something that is undesirable, when in reality, it is naturally curly hair showing its character to seek water and bend when it finds it. Glory, hallelujah. And why am I saying that? Because what we love about our hair is that it curls. What we dislike about it is that it will find water in what we perceive as unlikely sources and then exhibit a character that is undesirable. But this only happens when we don't understand the way that the hair behaves and when we have failed to meet its needs up front. You pay now and you pay later. Give it the water up front so that it doesn't look for it on the back end and ruin your hairstyle. That's just the reality. Yeah, I'm banging that thing. Listen, I get every single penny, every single drop, okay, of product up out of there. Look at my roots. You see very minimal frizzing at the roots. I don't know how many videos I've watched of folks with really nicely defined clumps at the ends, but then poorly defined roots. And part of this obviously is about the hair being properly detangled from root to end. But the other part of it is about smoothing from root to end and applying your products from root to end. You know, I got off topic when I was talking about the temperature in the room because I began to talk about environment. Let's go back to temperature. It's taken me a while to condition today. Not because the hair isn't properly detangled, not because the moisture balance wasn't properly managed prior to cleansing in this moment, but because the temperature in the room was less than desirable for my hair to absorb the conditioner. Let me explain. Many of us, if you've been on YouTube University long enough, many of us understand that warm water helps hair to absorb product better, and cooler water helps to close the cuticle, the fibers on the surface of your hair strands, and allow the hair to seal in whatever nutrients and moisture are currently there, right? And encourage the hair to exhibit its natural luster and shine, because the cooler hair closes the cuticle like closing blinds and presents a smoother surface along the hair, which makes us think that the hair is shinier or more lustrous, right? Boom. What happens when the atmospheric temperature in the room is lower and it doesn't allow for the natural steam of the warm water in the shower to encourage your hair to open those cuticles. Well, the cuticles stay, closed, or at least partially closed, and you experience less absorption of your products because the hair is less pliable. It's quite a marvel. And so what I began to notice during this conditioning session, did I slip again? What I began to notice during this conditioning session was because, Katie's standing at the door with the camera on the tripod, because I wasn't really, accumulating steam from the shower in the room. That conditioning process took a lot longer. And here's what I want you to notice. Ooh, there it is. About how I had to shift the way I was using my hands. I had to begin to warm up the ends of the hair with my hands by smoothing and cupping the ends of the hair. I had to turn the water back on because I needed to really capitalize on the warmth of the shower. Now I'm just standing here holding the hair in my hands because I'm realizing it's becoming really clear at this point that I'm not going to get anywhere with my styling process once I rinse. And I'm telling Katie, like, yo, this is taking a little bit longer. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. Honestly, if the surface of my hair, if the temperature of my hair isn't a certain temp, meaning if it isn't warm enough, and you're seeing me getting a little upset right now, if the surface temp of my hair isn't warm enough, it's not going to accept the product. It's not going to accept the leave-in, number one. And that's going to put my wash and go, my styling process of once I decide to apply the gel, that's going to put that at risk. So at this point, I'm thinking that the hair might be warm enough. It just might be warm enough, but I'm going to have to move really quickly, and I'm going to have to make sure, is this leave-in? What is this? I don't even know what this is. It looks like it might be leave-in because it doesn't look as creamy as the conditioner. Help. Oh, help. Yeah. It was, I was concerned. I'm not gonna lie. Let me see how much time is left. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like this is legit. I'm beginning the style, right? As you see, I don't part when I'm going to apply my styling product. I'm not doing a whole lot of parting. I'm not doing a whole lot of twirling, swirling. I'm not doing a whole lot of shingling. I don't have to, because the water, you like that camera work? I did that in post. I don't have to, because I've relied on physics and chemistry and my knowledge of biology. I don't know why I'm talking so heady right now. The reality is, I let the water and conditioner do most of the work so that my hands just guide the product where to go, and I can focus on doing what I know best. Keep the temperature warm so that the hair accepts the product and like shapes of strands find each other easily, right? So from there, it's my job to use my hands to keep the hair warm. So the natural heat that emanates from my palms keeps the hair warm enough that it will accept the product, the remaining leave-in conditioner on the surface of the hair, so that the styler can do what it does: coat the external surface of the hair and those clumps of curls and preserve them, forming a gel cast on the surface. I get it. I think I might be using a lot of words that sound a little heady, sound a little technical. I'm not sure. Comment and let me know if you're frustrated by that. I get that. But here's what I can't do. I can't have to be true to this message, and I have to be true to the process. Here's what you got to do. You got to come back and join me. You're watching it happen with your own eyes, right? This isn't smoke and mirrors. It's not. I've only used water conditioner in my hands in order to achieve this. You can see those waves. The hair on the top of my head waves. It doesn't really curl. I'm zoomed in as much as I can, so you can see here. But all of this is about, the process being as simple as possible for the user. Using lots of conditioner, lots of water. Smoothing, using the hands in a way that's friendly to the curl pattern. Keeps the surface of the hair nice and warm and pliable. You see me just holding that there. What is that doing? I'm adding a little bit of water. It's keeping the hair warm. It's telling me what I can tell by my hands, what I can tell by the surface of the hair under my hands, that it still wants more water. It still wants more moisture. And it still needs its temperature to be, I'm not going in and post and fixing that. You see that up there at the top? I'm not fixing it. Yes, I see it there. I'm tired. I'm not doing it. So we're back. Wow, look at that. Praise God. I love it. I love it. You see those roots with lots of product? So that those roots are nice and defined. So that those roots... Oh, that's mousse, y'all. I learned this from Dickie. Mousse encourages larger clumps once you've applied your main styler. Mousse also helps the hair to dry faster. And it's true, it does. No, I don't know the science behind it, but it does. I experience less dripping after I've applied the mousse. So I always do it. This never gets old for me. It never gets old. I went 36 years of my life not thinking that this was possible. Come on. Gone. Hey. I went, I went most of my life. So yeah, I try to sit under the dryer, get some reading done. I sit for about 15-20 minutes because I'm super impatient. And then I hit it with a diffuser. Trying to have good posture here for you. So that, did you see that gray hair flying in the wind? I am not dyeing my grays. I'm over 40 and I'm sticking with my grays. I think that gray hair is natural glitter that the Lord has given us as a result of our wisdom and years lived on earth. People always ask me if there's glitter in my hair, and I think it's because, number one, praise God, my hair is just like really well, moisturized as a result of frequent co-washing. But number two, they're literally looking at gray hairs. And I think that, I don't know why I'm nodding. We be chatting, that's my homegirl. I think it's because, gray hair, when we maintain the moisture balance, it will maintain its luster and it will appear silver. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited to really defy, the woes of aging. Not because I don't age, but because by understanding how we were created on a baseline level. And yes. So awkward. But here I go. Yeah. The hair's still wet. It's probably about, I don't know, 80% dry. Roots are still a little wet. They take I still feel really awkward becoming a YouTuber. I'm not gonna lie. Grow with me, y'all. I need some encouragement. Grow with your girl. But I'm just being obedient. I was told to share this message. I was told to share my journey. And so here I go. Will you like this video or subscribe it? And comment